So the fruits and vegetables that you eat today are not natural in any way. Everything is man-made through selective breeding and through agriculture. Like the sweetest thing our ancestors could eat, the sweetest fruit, was about the same sweetness as a carrot today. Hey, it's Felix here, and today I want to talk about how carbohydrates are the biggest factor ruining the health of the world today. And I believe very strongly that the overconsumption of carbs is absolutely the biggest factor in today's obesity epidemic, diabetes, cancer, and all this metabolic sickness that is on the rise. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous how most health guidelines, if not all, wants us to eat most of our food intake from grains, fruits, because it's very unnatural for us humans to eat this, and it's absolutely horrible advice. And then to cut down on the saturated fat, animal products, cholesterol, which are fundamentally what we need for our body and brains to function properly. And eating a carbohydrate rich diet that everyone around me recommended me to do is really what messed up my health for so many years, all my life. And that is what I'm right now recovering from with the carnivore diet, which is a diet where you eat zero carbs. And I've never felt better in my life, and it's very obvious why. I'm feeding myself with the nutrients that my body needs and not the junk that my doctors have told me to eat. So, the biggest issue when it comes to carbs really started 10,000 years ago when the agricultural revolution started. So the fruits and vegetables that you eat today are not natural in any way. Everything is man-made through selective breeding and through agriculture. Like the sweetest thing our ancestors could eat, the sweetest fruit, was about the same sweetness as a carrot today. So that should really explain to you how far we have come from what our ancestors really ate and what we humans are supposed to eat and feel best on. And what the agricultural revolution really did for us humans is take us from eating mostly animal based products, lots of meat, lots of saturated fat, to eating plants. And with time, we have introduced all these unnatural food to our diet, like grains, sugars, and in the last 100 years, even seed oils, which are absolutely terrible for human health. And we are definitely paying the price for it when you look at how disease and obesity, everything is just skyrocketing on the trend upwards. And personally, I think it's sad to see, and it's important that we really do something about it. And why humans are becoming more unhealthy with today's nutrition advice is very simple, it's very clear. Because all animals have a species appropriate diet. Cows eat grass, koalas eat only eucalyptus leaves, lions eat only meat, and humans, we are by nature apex predators, like it or not. We are by nature and design hyper carnivores. Yes, we can eat plants to survive. Not all plants, because all plants have a certain amount of toxins in them. Some plants have less, some we tolerate better. And of course, if you only have plants around you and you need to eat it for survival, of course, do that. And we can also talk about fruit, because I do believe that we humans, we have eaten as much fruit as we can get our hands on. But the thing here is that fruit has been available for maybe a few weeks a year. It's not been as sweet that they are today. And the only positive thing with fruit is really just to bulk up, build some fat before the long winter comes. Otherwise, everything you really need and that your body thrives on comes from animal products and meat. So now, let's get into the negative effects of eating carbs, especially over consuming carbs like most people are doing today. Because carbs, first of all, they will mess up your energy levels. They will spike your blood sugar. You will get a lot more blood sugar than your body would like to, and of course when it goes up it will crash and it will make you fatigue, it will make you hungry, crave more, you will eat some more carbs, and the cycle will repeat itself. This is why you will go up and down when you eat carbs. And then we come to brain fog, because brain fog is real. I think most people today are suffering from severe brain fog, because here your body is not used to get all of these carbs at once. It will make your body inflamed and it will actually make you think slower. Carbs will make you dumb, and this is also a reason, in the past, kings used to feed the population, the peasants, with grains to make them really dumb and slow, so it would be hard for them to process And personally, I remember a few years back when I used to eat oats every day for breakfast. Here in Finland, porridge is very popular, and no wonder that I couldn't concentrate in school. Like, I had brain fog all day long, I could barely read, and it was all because I was not feeding my brain what it needed. I was setting myself up for failure, really, without knowing it. And I want to touch some more on how carbohydrates really cause inflammation and insulin resistance in your body, because the thing here is that you get a unnatural spike of blood sugar when you ingest all of these carbs, and your mitochondria, which is basically the factor of your body that creates energy, it's too much. Your mitochondria basically it's overwhelmed, it's too much at once, and in this process your mitochondria will get damaged, and this is also why you age a lot faster if you eat a bunch of carbs. And naturally here as well, when your blood sugar rises, your body will naturally raise the insulin, which is a fat storing hormone. So if you have consistently high insulin, you will not be able to lose excess fat, and this is why it's so problematic to just be eating lots of carbs throughout the day, several meals a day. And to touch some more on the topic of mitochondria, I think it's very overlooked how important mitochondria really is, and I would give the analogy that it's the same if you have plants at home and you want to water your plants. Yes, water your plants a bit, a sufficient amount, but if you water them too much, they will die. They will get too much water and the plant will die. And it's the same thing with glucose in your blood. If you only eat fats and proteins, your body will naturally, through glucogenesis, convert protein into the sufficient amount of blood sugar. So your body can decide how much blood sugar it wants at a certain time. But instead, by eating carbs, you're just throwing in a bunch of carbs and you're just raising the blood sugar too much. It's too much for your body to handle. And instead, what you should do is just eat protein, just eat fats, and let your body regulate like it should do, because our bodies are evolved to do so. And also a thing which is problematic is when you eat a very carbohydrate rich diet, you are not only giving your body poison, but you are also missing out on all the fats, all the nutrients that come from animal products. So instead of giving your body and your brain what it needs, you are giving it poison. And especially cereals, it's a very new experience for the human body. Highly processed and I believe very toxic for your cells and mitochondria. I would avoid that at all costs. So are there any good reasons to really be consuming carbs? And the short answer is that if you don't want to bulk up and put on a bunch of fat, no, there is really no reason to eat a bunch of carbohydrates. Your body can get enough glucose from protein by glucogenesis. But here, I also expect someone to comment, oh, but Felix, you can't build muscle if you don't eat carbs. Carbs are absolutely essential for muscle building. And here, that's not the case at all. I thought that for many years, and that was one of the reasons why I was a little hesitant to start the carnivore diet. But let me just tell you that for building muscle, for your body to build muscle, it's very critical, first of all. But what you need is protein synthesis. And protein synthesis comes from eating protein and resistance training. There's no need for carbs there. So the only thing you need to do is to actually train your muscle, give it the stimulus, and then a sufficient amount of protein. And for this, the carnivore diet is perfect because you're not lacking protein if you're on the carnivore diet, let me tell you that. But a good thing to remember is that when you're switching to a carnivore diet, you will probably in the beginning lose a lot of water weight and you will feel weaker while your body is transitioning from burning carbs as a fuel source to fats. So probably for the first few months, as you are getting fat adapted, you will probably be weaker in the gym. But after that, at least for me, I've noticed that my strength and my muscle mass has just been increasing on a totally new level than before, and it's all thanks to the carnivore diet. And another great thing for muscle building and just keeping your body healthy is also doing sprints. And this is something I want to start doing more of, because when you sprint, you will use all your muscles in your body, and this way you can actually grow your upper body from doing sprints. So it's pretty unbelievable how effective sprints are. So now I want to dive into the positive effects of going on a zero carb or a carnivore diet, because our ancestors, they thrived on a animal based diet, and carbs, they're just a recent experiment when you look at biology. Like the human species, we have been eating animals for 2.5 million years. So the first benefit is really stable energy levels, and this was a game changer for me. You will not have these energy crashes where you feel hyped the moment and then you crash down. Your body runs so smoothly on fat, it's unbelievable. And the second point is really mental clarity. When you eat no carbs, you will have no brain fog, very clear and good focus. You will have better mood, you will feel happier, you will for the first time start to feel like a human, and it's unbelievable, the effects. Like, you need to try this for yourself if you haven't been eating a appropriate human diet. It's life changing. And another thing is feeling satiated. Like, if you have some sort of weight loss goals or anything, the carnivore diet is the easiest diet to be on. You will have lower insulin levels, your blood sugar will be stable. It's the perfect diet if you want to lose fat and still maintain muscle, because you will get a sufficient amount of protein. And there are so many other things that also will improve, like your gut health. You will have no bloating, no gas, your hormones will start balancing, you will increase growth hormone, testosterone, everything will be in its place. And autoimmune benefits as well. If you have some sort of autoimmune disease, by removing all plants toxins and all this inflammation from your body, it will help you so much with autoimmune disease. Personally, I had very bad acne, still have some scars from it, which I'm healing from, totally reversed. And just reversing all types of disease is really possible on carnivore, like diabetes, different metabolic syndromes, and fatty liver disease. And I think that one last big benefit of eating a appropriate diet for humans is really that it will be easier to be healthy in other ways, because your cravings for sugar, for example, will absolutely disappear. You will not crave any carbs after a few weeks being on a carnivore diet. And it's also very easy to get rid of other addictions, because you will lower your dopamine baseline. So cravings and addictions will go away. It's easier to do healthier decisions when your brain is working, and when your body is working, you have all this energy. It's a lot easier to go out and exercise, to be mindful, to keep up with stress management and everything, and you will just feel so much better. So the conclusion of all of this is really that I want you to understand that quitting carbs and going on a zero carb diet or carnivore diet, or even closer to that, one step closer to that, it's a big improvement already, is really going back to our roots, going back to what's normal for us humans. And personally, it's been the best decision I've made in my entire life, easily. And I really want this for other people as well. So please, if you feel that this message is valuable, like this video, share this with other people so more people can really start to experience all these great benefits that so many people all around the world are experiencing. I'm very glad that the carnivore diet is really gaining popularity. It's here to stay because it's actually something that is working. I'm glad that people are waking up to the fact that the food guidelines, what the government has been telling us that is healthy, is really not. These studies are all screwed up, and the whole system is kind of rigged in favor of big food manufacturers making a bunch of money of you being sick. So I thank you very much for watching, and if you want to keep on learning about the carnivore diet, I will watch this video next. Otherwise, eat meat, take care, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.